remember that they're changing my voice. This video is about my official stance on any complaints they might have in regards to the idea that I'm supposedly and magically interfering with their military propaganda campaigns, right? Where these wars with the Houthis, and there's Israel and Gaza, and whatever ISIS is doing these days, and Hamas, etc., right? In the Ukraine, and the sort of collective effort they have going on there. Well, first of all, I said time and time again that I'm not on anybody's side in those battles. Secondly, when you provoke someone and you cheat them with no logical reason whatsoever, just out of pettiness, just out of spite, just out of control freak animosity, then you're making it so they want to criticize you and fire at you. Iran is not leading the charge to provoke me. America is, and logically Israel exerts a lot of authority over America, and it has to do with the Bible, which by default concerns Israel and the UK and a lot of their other allies, to say the least. So you have to see that they're doing what it takes to cause me to be angry. Can a bunch of military people and law enforcement run up on you and your family and start shooting at you, and then when you fire back say, hey, that's why this person needs to be targeted for the rest of their life, because they're firing back? No. Can they say that you have freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of assembly, what have you, and then say that you have to lie about God, or else they're going to have to target you? No. So immediately and unavoidably, I've established that they are the enemies of America, and that they're in the wrong. And obviously, and first and foremost, it goes out saying that what they're doing is something that God is against, so they're making themselves the enemy of God. And I've given them time and time again, opportunity after opportunity, to say, stop persecuting me and compensating me, not because I care about money, but because it's the right thing to do in regards to God, in regards to your family, in regards to this country. It's what is right. So now when we look at their driving force, keep in mind, this is a great example. That's why I decided to bring it up. I know some of you are more attached to whatever spirits you're in than others, and I don't mean anybody any offense other than the offense that God intended. I always mean the offense that God intended. But I don't mean any unnecessary offense. Okay? So the driving force that they have is this force that, is anti-God, right? It's anti-freedom, anti-justice, anti-truth, anti-righteousness, anti-logic, anti-science where science is responsible and honest. It's anti-virtue. It's anti-heterosexuality. And it's anti-gay, ironically, in regards to the masses of gays that the Spirit is abusing as well. So their driving force is this petty control freak force that forces me to highlight it in order to respond. Because say, why are they doing this, right? Why are they doing this? They're doing this because of what is driving them, right? Their dominant characteristics, their principles, their prevailing tendencies. And that is the desire to treat me unfairly for no reason whatsoever. Am I a threat to their businesses? No. Maybe $5 a year in new taxes, so to speak, right? Just very minimal, okay? Because you don't have to persecute me to prevent the war on poverty plan. That's not something that needs to be done to do that. Am I a threat to their physical safety? No. Am I a threat to their pets? No. Am I going to stop all of the masses of gold diggers from continuing to pursue them in regards to their money, because of their money? No. So what threat am I posing to these people? So again, I ask you honestly to give your honest opinion. What threat am I posing to these people? And how would you respond to this situation if you were going to put God first and tell the truth and deliver the message and talk about the most important things out there? Man, some guy keeps honking. I guess they just want to disturb this video. So when we see that it's simply their control freak desire that comes from Greco-Roman culture, mind you, and, English, French, you name it, every race you can name, every Western race, white, Jew, and LGBT as the main ones, are doing it. And it's in the name of mere human rules, customs, and traditions that violate the Constitution of this country. They violate the laws of their own land. And first and foremost, obviously, they violate God's laws. So first they violate God's laws, then they violate the laws of this country, which a lot of people aren't taking seriously these days. You can see with the censorship and so on and so forth. So then they're forcing me, again, I tell you again, okay? They're forcing the righteous man who does what God would have him do, which is me, to point out that their spirit is wicked, that it's childish, that it's oppressive. This is not something that somebody does for no reason. Okay? And then can they then turn around and say, hey, this is the American spirit that the military's fighting in, that NATO's fighting in. Okay? The police go to work with every day, that people are proud of. Okay? If you don't want me to insult that, then stop being evil and stop persecuting me for no reason. Stop fuming and poisoning me. Stop preventing me from having a suitable helper. There might be a female that I date who thinks that I shouldn't be so, direct or blunt, which probably wouldn't help very much, but it might, unless if she has a good argument. Okay? You didn't allow for people to represent your views to come into my life and say, hey, you know what? Okay, maybe you shouldn't say it that way. How can you then turn around to the guy who's asked society more than anybody I've ever even heard of, to present their counter-argument, they have one, to weigh in? He said, I want to hear your opinion. I want to consider your opinion. What's more open-minded than that? Then I demand that God commands you to put your opinion. What is more open-minded than that? They can't then say, hey, this is bad for us. Okay? Can the Republican Party say shut down the Democratic Party because they're un-American? And how much more can anybody not say to Christ that they want him to be quiet because his opinion is not American, when it's supposed to be historically a Judeo-Christian culture, and where no morals that go beyond the moral precision of the Bible when interpreted in its true and righteous form and with the boundaries of righteousness and justice, okay, have ever been presented. They haven't presented a better way than the truth, than the whole truth, than what is universally and logically and easily provable as true, as far as that goes. Okay? As far as anyone knows, as far as anything can be proven true, as far as 1 + 1 = 2 can be proven true. They haven't presented anything better. So magically, for insisting on what is right for everyone, including the military, okay, to repent before it's too late, to atone, to be redeemed in the only way possible, obeying God through me, magically, that's bad for this country? That's bad for the propaganda campaign? It should change. But certainly we can all agree on, whether you like me or my philosophy and my beliefs, my truths, whether you like these things or not, we can all agree that they're wrong to provoke me with military-grade psychology and then turn around and say, we don't like that you're insulting us. There's no words for that.